Rampage, one of my favorite heroes to play for many reasons. Significant, impactful, relatively consistent, and this kit was actually quite compelling to me, to be honest with you. For Paragon 2 by Unleashed Games, we have to kind of rework them a little bit, add hero passives, stuff like that. So, what do you think of my idea? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hero Rework video. I am Sylphin. A few disclaimers off the bat. One, this does not represent what Unleashed Games is going to do with Rampage or any of the heroes that I've been kind of reworking myself in any way. This is just my idea. Two, hero passives are coming back, so we have to create one for each of these heroes. Three, I like quest mechanics in heroes kits, where if you do something well, you get rewarded for that by an empowered ability or something like that. And four, we have to pick a gameplay niche, theme, purpose for each of these heroes and really bring that out with the design of their kits. I believe that heroes need to fill a particular purpose, reason for you to pick them in the draft lobby, or else there's no point in having different heroes that do different things. There has to be a purpose for you to go, aha, I need Rampage in this game because of these reasons in this team comp, stuff like that. There has to be a reason, in my opinion. So, what is that reason for Rampage? Well, he's kind of straightforward. He's very much a sustain hero with all of his regen and his ultimate. He's in the jungle because of his passive, where it basically only works in the jungle, and he's a tank. He's a tank. I personally think that there's other heroes that best suit a more bruiser sort of role. Rampage, he's a tank that has a high amount of threat because of his sustain and his boulder throw and other things. So that is what we're going through, a sustain jungle tank. That's what we are going for. How do we emphasize that through his kit? This is the passive we came up for Rampage. Regenerate 1.4, 1.8, you regenerate percentage of your max health per second while in the jungle and gains armor based on the amount of health regen you have. So if you have 100 health regen, for example, here at the top end of the passive, you would gain 30% additional armor. Numbers, forget numbers for this entire thing. Balance, just assume that they're balanced. I know, just think of the concept that I'm trying to get across to you. The passive is you regenerate a percentage of your max health while in the jungle, and you gain armor, percentage-based armor, per your point of health regen. Whether you're in the jungle or not, you just gain that armor. So you gain armor based on added health regen. Very, very cool mechanic there. Hence the whole sustain and tank part and jungle part of his niche, gameplay niche and theme. What else is there here? Rumble. I kind of liked Rumble, to be honest with you. I think that it has potential in Rampage. Just the numbers really needed to be tweaked. He did way too much damage, in my opinion, at the end of Monolith. The tank part, a lot of his damage numbers would just have to be pretty much significantly reduced, so just keep that in mind here. Rumble. Rampage pummels the ground with his arms, dealing damage and slowing enemies in a short radius, small radius, for an amount for 2 seconds, 9-second cooldown. He deals a little bit of damage, but more importantly, slows as you become a tank, you have more and more control and utility instead of that damage. Rumble really nicely. It does not get empowered by enrage and the damage or slow. Just the radius of it gets empowered. As a slow, when he can jump in there, you know, be his sustain sort of a tank on the carry, slow them down, slow people with that are high valued targets, fulfilling his role. I liked it. Really seemed to fit Rampage in my opinion. Boulder throw, you really can't change this. This is what Rampage is all about. And of course, we're keeping it there. After a short delay, Rampage picks up a boulder for a certain duration. Rampage can hurl the boulder, dealing damage and stunning an enemy for a pretty good amount. Not too much, I thought the boulder was a little bit too much of a stun. I don't know, but stuns an enemy, not in a radius. It's not an AoE stun, but it does cost mana to pick up. So you have to pick it up. So you don't have Rampage supports picking up and putting down a boulder 1,000 times, because that was just really dumb. Pretty high cooldown, and the quest mechanic is in here with boulder throw on Rampage. After hitting 15 enemy heroes, the pickup delay is reduced by 50%. Why? Well, a lot of the times you would use Enraged, you would use your ultimate almost more so for the instant stun than anything else. Of course, it reduced the cooldown on your rumble to deal more damage, stuff like that. You did more damage with, you know, you could leap farther, you obviously got your sustain, but almost more of the time, you would use it just for the instant stun. You could enrage an instant boulder throw faster than you could just pick up your boulder throw. And I actually didn't really like that. I thought that the boulder throw could have been a little bit more reliable in the sense that if you actually end up hitting heroes, you can just pick it up and throw it faster. Save your enraged for a more appropriate time, because you are hitting people with boulder throw consistently. You get a, you know, you are rewarded to be able to use that better, faster in the scenarios that you have been using it in. Of course, I don't know, after hitting 15 enemy heroes, there becomes a small radius after you throw it on, you know, when you hit a person. I don't know. That quest mechanic I thought was nice, so you could actually, you know, use your boulder throw appropriately and save your ultimate for time that you actually needed it, just to open up those options for you. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that sort of quest for boulder throw. Leap. Rampage leaps a short distance. Yes, this is back in my opinion, crashing to the ground and dealing damage in a small radius. Not very much damage, but the leap is back. Just a little bit of a leap. This, though, this really impressed me with an idea from chat. Now listen to this. If Rampage has his boulder in hand, if you pick up your boulder and then leap, Rampage will stun all enemies caught in the radius of your leap for the duration of the boulder throw, consuming the boulder. How awesome is that? Now, a couple things about this mechanic. Remember that when you are enraged, your boulder throw is instant, so you can't pick it up and leap, you know, the huge, massive distance and then stun people in a gigantic area. You can't do that. You can only use this mechanic when you are outside of your ultimate, meaning you have to be super close to your target, because unempowered leap is such a short distance that you have to actually position well, come in from the side, flank or something like that, have good positional mastery, and then you are rewarded with that radius stun for your boulder, which just makes me think that you shouldn't have that radius for the boulder throw. So I'm kind of remembering what I was thinking about the quest mechanic for boulder throw, so I think that's fine. What do you guys think about that too? That was really cool. If you are able to pick up your boulder throw after the delay and leap onto a group of enemies, I mean, you know, A, you have to get there. You have to get close to your enemies. There's this massive rampage. B, you have to pick up your boulder, which has an audible cue, and everybody knows that there's a rampage around picking up a boulder. And 3, you have to be close enough and actually use your leap to actually land on a couple of people. I think that the mastery involved in actually just making that happen warrants that small AoE stun radius for that. I thought it was really cool. And what do you guys think about that? That's his leap and enrage. Rampage becomes enraged, vastly increasing in size. Health regen is increased to a percentage of maximum health. And the radius of rumble is increased, not the damage, not the cooldown. It's not the cooldown isn't reduced to a microsecond. The damage isn't increased or anything like that, just the radius of it, so that you can catch more people in the slow when you're in a team fight or stuff like that. Boulder is instant cast, so that after you engage and you're running around, you can instant cast your boulder. And his leap has increased distance, but not by what it used to be. Like you would leap like a quarter of the map. No, you wouldn't, but you would leap an insane distance. It was a bit too much in my opinion. So just decrease that. I don't know, half the distance between your normal leap and and what it used to be, something like that. Maybe 1.5 times ranged basic attack range, so that if you leap in a certain direction, you actually get out of ranged basic attack range, and then somebody has to use a mobility item or something like that to catch up to you quickly, just so you can get out of people's sphere of influence, not abilities maybe, and you can actually just keep going, just because it was a little bit crazy. So with all of that said, his in no way does your ultimate increase your damage output, just the radius of rumble, which I guess actually increases your damage just a bit, but nothing else. Nothing else. Rampage's damage, again, it was really big. It was a lot. It was a lot. A Rampage with Tyrant would boulder throw, leap, rumble, a couple basic attacks, and like a lot of people were dead. It was kind of dumb. In this scenario, he's a tank. Reduce all of that damage. He has crowd control on his leap, if you can actually manage to do that. He has a slow on his rumble, which was there before. And his boulder throw is pretty much the same. What do you guys think? More so a tank, more so just a sustained tank, right? He has his value is he's a big guy, he can body block, he can absorb shots, he can sustain through damage, really make sure that the enemy team is just focused on him while your team's just annihilating their team. That's his value. It's not the damage, in my opinion. So let me know what you think about Rampage. What do you guys think about this? I think it suits him pretty nice. Certainly has the best of all worlds. He has his rumble and his leap back. Ton of fun. Ton of fun. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Please like the video if you like it, dislike it, share it, the community, of course, guys. Subscribe if you guys want more Paragon 2 content by Unleashed Games, or just any Paragon 2 content, really. Let me know down in the comments. Like always, stay optimistic and positive.